Have you ever felt that quiet itch deep in your ear, the one you can't quite reach? Maybe you've used a cotton swab thinking you're helping, but what if that habit is quietly doing more harm than good? For many older adults, ear care is one of those things we rarely talk about until it starts affecting how we hear, how we sleep, or how connected we feel to the world around us. Today we're sitting down with Dr. Olivia Hayes, a trusted ear, nose, and throat specialist, to answer a question most of us have silently asked: should I be cleaning my ears? And if so, how do I do it safely? We'll guide you through what to do, what not to do, and when it's time to see a doctor. But more importantly, we'll share a simple insight at the end of this video that could change the way you care for your ears forever. If this is something you've wondered about, or if you've ever struggled with earwax or hearing issues, type the number 1 in the comments. We'd love to know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe for more trusted health tips made just for older adults. Stay with us, because what you learn today could make every conversation clearer and every moment sound a little more like life. Let's begin with something that might surprise you. Your ears are incredibly smart. Yes, even now, no matter your age, your ears are quietly doing something remarkable, cleaning themselves. It's easy to think of earwax as something dirty, something we're supposed to get rid of. For years, we've heard phrases like "clean behind your ears" or "don't let wax build up." But here's what doctors like Dr. Olivia Hayes want you to know. Earwax is not dirt. It's protection. Earwax, what specialists call cerumen, is your body's natural defense system. It moisturizes your ear canal to prevent dryness or itching. It traps dust, pollen, and debris before they can go any deeper. And most importantly, it contains antimicrobial properties that help prevent infections. That's right, earwax helps fight off bacteria and fungi before they cause problems. Think of it like a soft, natural shield, one your body makes automatically. And it does something even more amazing. It moves. Inside your ear canal, you have tiny microscopic hairs called cilia. These cilia slowly push old wax skin cells and debris outward. It doesn't happen all at once. It's not loud or dramatic. It's quiet, gentle, steady. It's like a conveyor belt, one that never stops. Every time you talk, chew, or yawn, those tiny movements help nudge wax outward toward the edge of your ear. Eventually, that wax dries and falls out, sometimes without you ever noticing. This is why, for most people, especially those without medical ear conditions, there's no need to clean inside your ears at all. Your body already has a system, and it's one that works best when we don't interfere. Dr. Hayes often compares it to your tears. You wouldn't try to scrub away the moisture in your eyes, would you? You know, they're there for a reason: to clean, to protect, to soothe. Earwax works in a similar way. It may not be pretty, it may even feel annoying at times, but it has a purpose. And when we trust our body's process, we avoid a lot of problems down the line. Now, there are a few exceptions. Some people naturally produce more wax than others. Some have narrow or curved ear canals that make it harder for wax to exit on its own. And as we age, the wax can become drier and thicker, sometimes causing a temporary blockage. But even then, the solution isn't to go digging inside. It's to gently support the process your ears are already trying to do. Too often, we treat our ears like something broken. But they're not. They're working hard day and night to protect one of your most vital senses, your hearing. And hearing, especially as we get older, is about more than just sound. It's about connection. It's about understanding the words of a grandchild, hearing the laughter of a friend, or simply enjoying the rustle of the trees on a quiet afternoon walk. When your ears are cared for gently, not aggressively, they can give you those moments for years to come. So the next time you feel the urge to clean inside your ear, pause, take a breath, and remember, your ears are already taking care of you. Let's return the favor by not getting in their way. In just a bit, we'll talk about the one habit most people do that actually blocks this natural process and what to do instead. So stay with us, because what comes next might just save your hearing and your peace of mind. If you've ever reached for a cotton swab to scratch that inner ear itch, you're not alone. For decades, it's been a common habit, one that feels harmless, even satisfying. But here's what most people don't realize, especially as we age, that little stick of cotton may be doing your ears more harm than good. Dr. Olivia Hayes, a seasoned ENT specialist, often sees the aftermath of something that started with the best intentions: a gentle twist, a quick clean, a quiet injury. Let's talk about why doctors are urging older adults, perhaps even you, to put those swabs away for good. 1. Wax impaction, the silent blockage. One of the most common outcomes of using Q-tips is wax impaction. That means instead of removing earwax, you're actually pushing it deeper into the canal, past the protective hairs that are supposed to move wax outward. Imagine a hallway with a broom at the front, always sweeping slowly toward the exit. Now imagine taking a stick and shoving everything back down that hallway, beyond where the broom can reach. That's exactly what happens inside your ear when you use a cotton swab. At first you may not notice it, but over time that wax gets compacted, dense and dry, and suddenly you start noticing signs: muffled hearing, a heavy feeling in your ear, ringing or buzzing, even dizziness or balance issues. Many seniors live with these symptoms for months, thinking it's just old age. But sometimes all it takes is one small swab to start the blockage. 2. Eardrum damage, one sudden slip. The second danger is far more dramatic and deeply painful. It happens more often than you'd think: a sudden movement, a misstep, and that swab goes too far. A perforated eardrum. It's as serious as it sounds. Dr. Hayes has seen it time and time again. Someone is cleaning their ears, and a grandchild runs by, or the phone rings, or they simply slip in the bathroom. The cotton swab slips in deeper, tearing the delicate paper-thin membrane that separates your outer ear from the middle ear. Suddenly, there's sharp pain, bleeding, hearing loss. Recovery can take weeks or even months. Some require surgery. And for older adults, healing can be slower and more complicated. The worst part, it's completely preventable. Don't put anything smaller than your elbow in your ear. It sounds like a joke, but it's been a golden rule in ENT clinics for decades. Don't put anything smaller than your elbow in your ear, because if it's small enough to fit, it's small enough to cause damage. This saying sticks with patients not just for its humor, but for the truth behind it. Your ear canal isn't a space that needs cleaning, it's a space that needs protecting. What doctors see inside the ear. Dr. Hayes shared a few stories, both alarming and surprisingly common. She's removed popcorn kernels from curious children's ears, tiny toy beads, paper, bits of cotton, even a crayon tip once. But adults aren't immune. There have been patients who broke the cotton tip off the swab and didn't even know it was still in their ear until the infection started. Others used hairpins or matchsticks because they felt something itchy. One patient used a key, yes, a key. Another tried the back end of a toothbrush. Each case started with the same thought: I was just trying to clean it. What you can do instead. We'll go into safer solutions in the next part of this video. But for now, here's what matters most. Never insert anything into your ear canal. Not swabs, not pins, not homemade tools. If your ears feel full, itchy, or blocked, let that be a signal, not a reason to reach for something. And if you're concerned, talk to your doctor or hearing specialist. It's what they're here for. Your hearing is far too precious to risk with habits that hurt more than help. And your ears are wiser than you think. Sometimes the best thing we can do is simply let them be. Coming up next, we'll talk about safe at-home ways to support your ears without swab sticks or surprises. So stay with us, because your next step could protect your hearing for years to come. If you've ever stood in the bathroom mirror wondering how to clean your ears without hurting them, this part is for you. The good news. Caring for your ears at home doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the safest things you can do are the simplest. Let's start with what not to do, then move into gentle doctor-approved steps that help your ears stay healthy. And CE, start with the outer ear and stop there. Think of your ear like a beautiful front porch. You keep it swept and tidy, but you never take a broom and shove it through the front door. Right, that's exactly how we should think about ear care. Your outer ear, the part you can see, is all that ever needs cleaning in most cases. Just take a soft washcloth with warm water, maybe a bit of mild soap, and gently wipe around the curves of your ear, behind the ear, around the lobe, even just inside the opening. But that's where you stop. Never insert anything into the ear canal, not even a cotton swab. Why? Because your ear canal is already doing its own cleaning from the inside out, like we discussed earlier. And when we poke and prod, we risk pushing wax deeper or damaging delicate skin. What if you feel blocked or full? Sometimes, even when we follow all the rules, wax builds up. You may notice muffled hearing, a sense of pressure, or even ringing in your ears. This happens more often as we age. Our wax becomes drier, thicker, and slower to move out naturally. That's when you can gently support your ears with softening drops at home. Doctors like Dr. Olivia Hayes recommend two common safe options you can buy at any drugstore. 1. Purified mineral oil. This is a gentle, odorless oil that helps soften hardened wax so your ear can naturally push it out. Use an eyedropper to place 2 to 3 drops into the affected ear at bedtime. Then lie on your opposite side so the oil stays in the ear for at least 10-15 minutes, ideally overnight. In the morning, let gravity do the rest. Wipe away any oil or wax that surfaces near the outer ear. 2. Carbamide peroxide ear drops like Dibrox. This over-the-counter formula is designed to break down earwax using a safe bubbling action. Follow the directions on the bottle, typically 5 to 10 drops, and let it sit for several minutes. You may hear a fizzing sound. That's the peroxide reacting with the wax. Then tilt your head and gently let it drain out over a tissue. Rinse the outer ear with warm water if needed, and gently pat dry. You can repeat these steps nightly for 3 to 5 days, but if the blockage doesn't improve, it's time to see a professional. Because beyond that, home treatments may no longer be effective or safe. Important tips to keep in mind. Always use drops at room temperature. Cold liquid can cause dizziness. Never use these treatments if you suspect a hole or rupture in your eardrum. Pain, sudden hearing loss, or fluid drainage can be signs. See a doctor first. Do not use olive oil, baby oil, or essential oils. These aren't designed for the sensitive environment inside your ear canal. Don't rush. Ear care should be slow, gentle, and patient. What if I have trouble reaching my ear? You're not alone. As we age, flexibility changes, and holding your head at an angle or squeezing tiny droppers can be tough. Ask a loved one or caregiver to help, especially if you're unsure about positioning. Or try sitting in a recliner or lying down with a small towel under your head to make the process easier. The key is to stay relaxed and supported. When at home isn't enough, if your ear still feels blocked after several days of softening drops, if you're in pain, or if your hearing suddenly gets worse, stop. Don't keep trying at home. That's when it's time to see your doctor or an ENT specialist like Dr. Hayes. They can look inside your ear with a magnifier and safely remove wax with suction irrigation or a delicate curette. Most importantly, they'll make sure nothing more serious is going on, like an infection or fluid behind the eardrum. The gentle path is the right path. Ear care isn't about force. It's about respecting the design of something nature has already built to protect you. In our younger years, we may not have noticed these things, but now each sound matters more. Each conversation, each laugh, each whisper of the wind. So let's treat our ears with the same care we give to the stories they help us hear. Coming up next, we'll talk about what happens when wax becomes a real problem and how to know when it's time to get help. So don't go anywhere. You're already doing the right thing by learning. Let's keep going together. Most of the time, your ears do their job quietly. They filter out sounds, protect you from dust and bacteria, and gently move old wax outward without you ever noticing. But sometimes, something feels off. Maybe the world sounds a little muffled, like someone turned down the volume. Maybe there's a constant ringing in your ear that wasn't there before. Or maybe you wake up one morning and feel like you're underwater, pressure, fullness, and silence on one side. If that sounds familiar, you may be dealing with impacted earwax, and you're not alone. As we grow older, wax doesn't always flow the way it used to. It can dry out, harden, and build up in places where the ear can no longer push it out. Even using hearing aids, earbuds, or earplugs regularly can slow the ear's self-cleaning ability, trapping wax deep inside. Signs your earwax may be causing trouble. Doctor. Olivia Hayes, an experienced ENT specialist, says many of her senior patients don't realize just how common wax impaction is, because the symptoms can creep in slowly and are often mistaken for aging or even memory issues. Here are some of the most common warning signs: muffled or reduced hearing, especially in one ear; ringing, buzzing, or whistling sounds, also known as tinnitus; a sense of fullness or pressure inside the ear; occasional dizziness or unsteadiness; mild earaches or sensitivity to sound. These symptoms can be frustrating, but they're also fixable. What you can try at home first. If you suspect earwax is the culprit, the first step is gentle. Try softening the wax using over-the-counter eardrops, as mentioned earlier. A few drops of purified mineral oil or carbamide peroxide eardrops at bedtime for a few nights can help loosen the wax and allow your body to move it out naturally. Be patient. Relief doesn't always come overnight, but within 3 to 5 days, many people begin to notice a difference. If things don't improve, or if they feel worse, it's time to stop and call your doctor. When it's time to see a professional, you might feel nervous about going in for earwax removal. Maybe you've heard horror stories. Maybe you're afraid it will hurt. But here's the truth. Modern earwax removal is quick, safe, and often painless, especially when done by the right hands. When you visit your primary care doctor or a hearing specialist, ENT, like Dr. Hayes, they'll first take a close look inside your ear using a special tool called an otoscope or a microscope. This allows them to see exactly where the wax is and how best to remove it. Depending on the situation, they may use one of the following gentle techniques: microsuction, a tiny vacuum designed specifically for ears removing wax with no discomfort; irrigation, using warm saline solution to gently flush out the wax curettage; a delicate tool used to scoop wax out safely with precision and control. You're awake the entire time. There are no needles, no numbing shots, no surgery. Just skilled hands, careful tools, and a clear view of what's happening. Many patients describe the experience as relieving, soothing, or even life-changing, especially when sounds come back more clearly: voices, music, birdsong. Don't wait until it's an emergency. One of the most important messages Dr. Hayes shares with her patients is this: don't ignore your hearing. If your vision suddenly went blurry, you wouldn't wait weeks to address it. So treat your ears with the same care. Hearing connects us. It's how we stay involved in conversations, how we feel safe in public places, how we hold on to the joy of music, family, and everyday life. Impacted wax is one of the most treatable causes of hearing loss in older adults, but only if we notice the signs and do something about it. Coming up next, we'll explore the everyday items like earbuds, hearing aids, and so-called cleaning gadgets that may be affecting your ears more than you think, and what safer alternatives you can use instead. Stay with us, because knowing what not to put in your ears might just be as important as knowing how to care for them. If you've worn earplugs to block out noise, used hearing aids to stay connected, or seen those flashy gadgets on TV that promise to clear out all the wax in seconds, you're not alone. These tools are part of life for many older adults. They help us sleep, focus, stay safe, and stay social. But what most people don't realize is that these same tools, if used the wrong way, can quietly make your earwax problem worse. Dr. Olivia Hayes, a trusted ear, nose, and throat specialist, sees this more than you might think. Let's break it down. Earplugs and hearing aids. Helpful but not without consequences. Whether it's for silence at night or to protect your ears at a noisy concert, earplugs can be helpful. But when worn too often or pushed too deep, they trap earwax inside the canal. The wax has nowhere to go, so it builds up, slowly, day after day. The same goes for in-the-ear hearing aids. While essential for many, they can act like a cork in a bottle, blocking the natural movement of wax outward. Over time, this leads to a sense of pressure, dull hearing, increased risk of infection or inflammation. But that doesn't mean you should stop using them. It simply means we need to use them wisely. If you wear hearing aids or earplugs regularly, take breaks when possible to allow airflow. Clean them gently and regularly, following the manufacturer's instructions. Avoid pushing them too deep if they feel tight or cause discomfort. They may be positioned incorrectly, and most importantly, get your ears checked routinely. Just as you check your glasses or your blood pressure, your ears deserve that same care. Those ear-cleaning gadgets on TV, be careful. You've probably seen the commercials. A spiral-tip tool that promises to twist the wax right out. A camera that lets you see inside your ear from your phone. Devices that claim to vacuum out buildup in seconds. They look convenient. They promise quick relief. But here's the truth, many of them are not doctor-approved. Even when they say safe or depth control, these devices still carry real risks. They can push wax deeper, just like cotton swabs. They may scratch or damage the sensitive skin of the ear canal. They can cause pain, dizziness, or even eardrum injury. And the saddest part, many people try these devices because they're frustrated, uncomfortable, or just looking for control. But sometimes the safest choice is to do less, not more. In the next section, we'll talk about some common myths about ear care, things we've all heard over the years that may not be true anymore, and what today's doctors actually recommend instead. So don't miss it. What you learn next might save your ears from years of unnecessary discomfort. If you grew up hearing that clean ears are healthy ears, you're not alone. For generations, we were told that the more we cleaned, the better off we'd be. But as Dr. Olivia Hayes reminds her patients, some of that old advice may be doing more harm than good. Let's start with the biggest myth, myth number 1. The cleaner, the better. Not true. In fact, trying to remove all earwax can backfire. Your ears need a little wax. It keeps the skin moisturized, traps bacteria, and protects against dust and infection. When we strip that natural barrier away, we actually leave our ears more vulnerable, not cleaner. Myth number 2. If your ears itch, it means they're dirty. Also not true. Itching can be a sign of dryness, irritation, or even inflammation, not just wax. Many people scratch inside their ears with swabs, keys, or hairpins, only to make the itching worse. Instead of soothing your ear, you could be starting a cycle of irritation that leads to infection. So what do doctors like Dr. Hayes actually recommend? Don't put anything into your ear canal. Not cotton, swabs, not gadgets, not even your finger. Wash only the outer ear gently with a soft cloth and warm water. If you have symptoms that last more than a week, like fullness, ringing, or pain, see a specialist. And if your ears feel fine, the best thing to do is leave them alone. There's comfort in knowing that sometimes the wisest choice is not to act, but to trust. To trust your body, to trust your instincts, and to know when it's time to ask for help. Coming up next, we'll wrap everything together with a heartfelt message and one final reminder, because your hearing deserves nothing less. Your ears have been with you through every stage of life. They've heard the laughter of loved ones, the softness of your favorite song, the rustle of the wind on a quiet morning. And the truth is, they're smarter than we often give them credit for. Your ears are self-cleaning, self-protecting, and incredibly resilient. But like many parts of our bodies as we age, they ask for something simple in return: gentleness. Dr. Olivia Hayes says it best. You've lived long enough to know that gentle care often beats forceful action. There's no need to poke, dig, or force your ears to be something they're not. Sometimes the most powerful choice is to pause, to listen to your body, to your instincts, and to the quiet wisdom that says less is more. If your ears are working just fine, let them be. If they're trying to tell you something through muffled sounds, itching, or discomfort, treat them with kindness. Try a soft solution, and if needed, let a trained professional take a look. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve to hear clearly. And most of all, you deserve to know that you're not alone on this journey. Your health matters. Your safety matters. And the more we understand about how to care for ourselves, the more power we hold to live well on our own terms. Have you ever had earwax issues or visited a doctor for ear care? Let us know in the comments. Your story could help someone else feel seen, heard, and encouraged. If you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell so you won't miss future videos on gentle, senior-friendly health tips. There's always more to learn, and we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Thank you for being here. Stay safe, stay curious, and take care of your ears.